Recently, there was a power outage in my entire neighborhood. The cause was apparently a large thunderstorm that had happened earlier that day. Unfortunately, both my home and the currently vacant house next to mine are on a separate power line. So while everyone got their electricity back in a relatively decent hour and a half, my house had the luxury of being skipped and stuck in the dark from 7 in the evening to well past midnight. Both my father and I tried contacting the proper personnel to come and do the fucking job they conveniently walked out on, only to be told, "We go by priority. We'll be there later." This isn't the first time these assholes have done this, so you can imagine our frustration. I even tried speaking with a manager, pleading for some notice to be put on our home. It's not like I was asking them to kiss our ass and bend over backwards for us. I just wanted some kind of note in the system saying that if the power's been reported out, to make sure not to fucking skip us. I mean, how does it make sense to make 2 trips to the same location? Especially if you're already aware both power lines are down. I was met with a firm no, informed my power was estimated to be back on at 3 AM, but could take longer. Frustrated, I bit my tongue and refrained from telling the woman who clearly didn't want to assist me, thanks for nothing. Instead, I opted for, thanks anyway, good night. I had work in the morning, and thankfully my younger brother offered to stay up and get me if the electricity came back. Did I mention I live in Houston, and that this happened in August? No power, no AC, no refrigeration. I went to bed at 1 AM in what may have as well been a giant heater while our food was slowly spoiling. Unfortunately, I had to be up in 4 hours, and every second I took to be angry was precious dreamland time I was losing. I did my best to adjust to the horrid dry air that had built in my small room, taking care to close the door to my closet that lacked any insulation. After that, I closed my eyes and let myself drift. The next time I opened my eyes, I was greeted by a chill. More than a chill, actually. The room had gotten so cold I immediately covered myself with more of my sheets. I figured the power had been fixed, and my younger brother had decided to let me sleep. Supporting my theory were 2 glowing blue lights coming from near my desk. I assumed that was my alarm clock, and took that as absolute proof that the electricity was back. Thinking the air conditioner was just trying to cool down the house, I went back to sleep. The next time I woke up, it was because someone was shaking my shoulder. Upon opening my eyes, I saw my little brother. "Hey man, the power's back on." A bit confused, I responded to him. "Yeah, it came back a while ago, right?" After my question, my brother gave me a puzzled look before informing me that the power had just come back less than a minute ago. I slumped up, groggily observing my surroundings. The room wasn't warm, but it certainly wasn't as cold as it had been before. The rest of that night was rather uneventful, unless you count my exhausted shift the next morning interesting. Still, my mind can't help but drift to the lingering questions I have from that night. What made my room so cold if it wasn't the air conditioner? And what was causing those blue lights? More importantly, if it really was something other than my alarm clock that cast that piercing blue illumination? Where is it now?